Blinded by the data, when analytics overshadows judgment. Abstract. This article discusses the potential risks that can emerge when organizations overly on data-driven decision-making by focusing excessively on quantitative analysis and metrics to the exclusion of important qualitative human factors. The article explores common pitfalls such as leaders losing sight of broader strategic perspectives and higher-level business drivers when immersed in granular data points. Organizational chaos and paralysis resulting from constant A/B testing without clear objectives. Overquantification discounting important but difficult to measure, soft elements like culture, talent and leadership that profoundly shape performance. An overconfidence in the perceived objectivity of models overlooks inherent biases. The article advocates balancing quantitative and qualitative lenses to gain a more textured understanding of complex dynamics by supplementing metrics with perspectives from ethnography and stakeholder input to provide needed context, as numbers alone do not replace prudent application of human judgment and experience. And for data-driven initiatives to achieve tangible impacts, analytics must inform innovation and change management rather than replace continuous improvement processes, such that with moderation and integration of multiple viewpoints, data can empower rather than control strategic decision-making. As organizations place increasing emphasis on the use of data and analytics to inform decisions, a key risk emerges: losing sight of the human elements that data alone cannot capture. While quantitative analysis provides valuable insight, an over-reliance on numbers to the exclusion of other factors can derail even the most data-driven of plans. As a management consultant with over 15 years advising C-suite leaders, I have witnessed firsthand how data, when not approached with prudence and nuance, can mislead rather than illuminate. Today we will explore some of the pitfalls that occur when analytics overshadows good judgment, and offer reflections on integrating both quantitative and qualitative perspectives for optimal decision-making. Losing the forest for the trees. One danger in an overemphasis on data is getting lost in the details at the expense of taking a step back for broader perspective. When enamored with metrics and models, we risk losing the forest for the trees. Gino and Stats. 2015. Leaders may immerse themselves in granular data points without reflecting on higher-level factors truly driving business outcomes. In one technology company I advised, over-optimization of detailed sales metrics led management to lose sight of shifting customer needs and a disrupted competitive landscape. So focused were they on hitting quarterly targets that a major market transition caught them unprepared. While data provided valuable cues, they failed to interpret it through a wide-angle lens. To avoid this trap, organizations must ensure analytics supplements, rather than supplants, holistic strategic thinking. Leaders must carve out time for reflection divorced from spreadsheets, using both quantitative and qualitative lenses to maintain a bird's-eye view. Kaplan and Norton. 1992. Regular, sense-checking sessions comparing metrics to reality on the ground also helps data stay grounded. With balance, numbers empower rather than enslave decision-makers. The tyranny of A/B testing. Constant experimentation via A/B testing is a hallmark of data-driven innovation. But its indiscriminate use introduces risks. When variation testing assumes primacy over all other considerations, it can erode conceptual coherence and stall momentum. At a major media company I counseled, A/B fever bred paralysis and confusion as every minor change spawned a deluge of tests. Continuous tweaking sowed chaos rather than clarity. Instead of experimenting for experimentation's sake, hypothesis-driven testing calibrated to strategic objectives optimizes impact. Kahovi et al. 2007. Testing must balance sufficient exploration with coherence, varying only key lever points to simplify the change process. Leaders also need flexibility to override quantitative results with qualitative judgment where metrics fail to capture fuller context. like user experience or brand positioning. The aim is insight, not infinite variation for its own end. Omitting soft variables over quantifying decisions risks discounting core, soft, factors like culture, talent and leadership that numbers cannot fully represent yet profoundly impact outcomes. Bass and Avolio. 1990. During a turnaround of a utilities company, exhaustive modeling left cultural realities like risk aversion and siloed work underestimated as blockers. Execution faltered until qualitative research illuminated root causes for metrics disappointments. Recognizing limitations, successful data-driven firms supplement quantitative analysis with ethnographic techniques to grasp human dynamics shaping productivity, creativity and retention. Standardized employee surveys alone provide an incomplete picture. Understanding demands immersing in day-to-day operations. Massey et al. 2015. Combining hard metrics with soft insights yields a more textured understanding of performance drivers and better strategies to optimize them. The illusion of objectivity over confidence in assumptions baked into models can foster a misguided belief in their objectivity. Kahneman. 2011. At one insurance provider, over-reliance on predictive algorithms bred complacency around known limitations and societal biases inherent in their design. Analytics supplements but does not replace the prudent application of human judgment aware of social complexity. O'Neill. 2016. Leaders must maintain humility around inherent subjectivities in data collection and modeling techniques employed. Regular debiasing through diverse stakeholder input tests analytics against lived realities. And where metrics lack representation or equity, alternative lenses like design thinking prove valuable complements. Brown. 2019. With care and open-mindedness, numbers enlighten rather than mislead. From metrics to meaningful change, the ultimate test of any data-driven initiative lies not in analysis itself, but tangible impacts on stakeholders and business outcomes. At a medical device company, brilliant A/B experiments delivered marginal gains while neglecting bolder reforms needed to adapt business models to evolving customer demands. Analytics must feed a continuous improvement mindset and fuel hypothesis-driven innovation, not substitute for it. Homan, 2006. Successfully leveraging data demands strict problem solution discipline. Leaders must clearly define the business problems analytics aim to solve. Establish relevant metrics, rigorously review results, and implement insights through proven change management techniques. Cotter. 1995. With this structured process, numbers drive not just tweaks but meaningful transformation. The reward is sustainable competitive advantage from informed, prudent and value-driven decision-making. Conclusion: while data analytics offers immense value, over-reliance on metrics introduces real risks if detached from human judgment and lived experience. To optimize decision-making, organizations must thoughtfully integrate both quantitative and qualitative lenses. Numbers enlighten, but prudence, reflection, cultural awareness, and stakeholder input prevent entanglement in false precision. With balance and moderation, analytics empowers leaders rather than controls them. The most successful data-driven firms uphold fidelity to strategic objectives, social realities, and, above all, meaningful progress, not absolutism around any single input. Numbers support, but cannot replace, the careful application of informed human perspectives.